Hi, everyone. Jacqueline Kuhn here with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by angels. I'm recording a really quick Mercury stationing redirect into Pisces and how Archangel Sandalphon can help you learn the lessons that you may have taken away from the retrograde. I did do a Mercury station direct in Pisces, last month when it stationed direct initially. But now that it's ending retrograde, just a little reminder of how to kind of take advantage of what you may have learned during that retrograde and how Archangel Sandalphon can help you through that. For those of you that don't know a whole lot about me, I am a life coach and intuitive, and I help people live their soul's purpose. I do that by combining the science of astrology with the divine guidance and protection of the archangels. And the way I do that is there are these 15 archangels. Three of them have superpower, Michael, Raphael, and Haniel, and all of the others are aligned with zodiac signs. And they're aligned in such a way where the protection, the support, the gifts of these archangels will complement the energy of that zodiac sign. We're talking about a planet moving into Pisces, and therefore we're talking about Archangel Sandalphon down in that bottom right-hand corner. This is the current placement. There's only one planet left in retrograde, and that will move out of retrograde next month. So we pretty much are in a place where we should be feeling much more comfortable moving forward than we did through the bulk of last year, where we had just a ton of retrogrades. So with Mercury now going direct, we just have to wait for Jupiter to move, and then it'll be literally pedal to the metal and moving forward quite quickly. Now, with moving out of retrograde, what actually happens is the fog now lifts, right? And what was blocked by Mercury moving backwards is now open, specifically the emotional clarity. The retrograde makes you aware that there are messages out there, there are things to do, but it's foggy, they're unclear. And now that it's direct, you can begin to understand what messages you were getting. You can begin to understand what they mean, and how to act on them. When Mercury's retrograde, very, very often conversations and communications lead to misunderstanding and even avoidance because you feel like you don't want to bring a subject up, uh, because you're not clear on exactly what you're going to say. Now, now that Mercury is direct and we are under Pisces, a very emotional sign, we can now express those emotions more clearly. So things that you may have wanted to say during the retrograde period, you can now have confidence that you can speak them and speak to your emotions very clearly and that they will be clearly understood. The creative flow, the inspiration that Pisces normally gives was also kind of in a cloud of fog under the retrograde, and acting on them, was kind of hard because with Mercury moving backwards, the motivation might not have been there. Now that it's turned direct, you can actually take that inspiration, take those ideas, and take action on them and really move to direct them to where they need to be. And then last, but certainly not least, your soul alignment. Um, if you worked through the retrograde in the most purest sense, you may have exposed some old spiritual wounds, things that required healing, things that are lessons that you needed to learn. Now that Mercury is direct, you can actually begin to apply those lessons learned. You should have come out with a deeper understanding of your purpose, of your mission, not only broadly in your lifetime, but also of this year. So this is the true gift of coming out of a Mercury retrograde in Pisces, is now really being able to apply those lessons learned that came to your understanding during the retrograde cycle. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have our Archangel Sandalphon. He is our Archangel for Pisces. He is our angel of music and sacred sound and messages and communicating spiritually. And please remember that when working with Archangel Sandalphon, he really understands us because he was once human. He was the prophet Elijah. So we want to reach out to Archangel Sandalphon as we work through the lessons learned through this retrograde. And to that end, I created this prayer, this very simple, easy prayer to Archangel Sandalphon, that as we come out of this retrograde, let's step now with truth and in our soul's direction and with wisdom that we have learned. I want to thank you all for joining me in this really quick, brief review of Pisces moving direct. I will be coming to you later with a super announcement regarding a gift since we hit our 1,000 subscribers. So please look for that video to land today as well. Until then, be at peace. Goodbye for now.